4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Liftoff.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Tuesday, August 17th. We are back at Colonial Downs, and I am super excited to bring an awesome guest on with me today, jockey Sheldon Russell. What's up, Sheldon?
Hi, good morning, Bree. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming. We were just talking about what the life is like at Colonial for a jockey. So you're hanging out in a hotel. It's hotel, races, dinner, sleep, hotel, races, dinner, sleep, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much that for 3 days. Most jockeys, we sort of drive down here on Sunday night after Pimlico, check into the hotels, and then it's pretty much all go for 3 days, and we hit the road back to Maryland Wednesday after the races. So it's good, but I mean, we're all doing it, so we're all sort of on the same page.
It's kind of the closest thing to a gypsy lifestyle in the 21st century. Like, I don't know, that's what racing is, gypsy lifestyle.
Yeah, I feel like you're just always on the road. I mean, that's why I feel like some jockeys have really nice cars, because we spend a lot of time in our cars.
All right, so have you outdone Drayden Van Dyke in his blue Porsche?
No, not even close. Yeah, no.
One of these days, I want to get it on video that I'm going to drive. So Drayden, if you're listening, I'm coming for that Porsche, and I just want to drive it one time. Well, so we're here. It's Tuesday at Colonial. It is another rainy day. Jill tweeted out they're off the turf again today. There's already been scratches coming through. Sheldon warned me there's a bunch, but it actually has worked out in my favor. A lot of the horses that I picked now are just rated even higher in my brain because the other horses that worried me have been scratched off the card. So it's going to be another fun day in the StableDuel app and at the racetrack itself. But we're going to talk about some horse picks. But I want to know first, how did you get into racing? How did you get into riding?
So I started riding in England, had a couple of rides, and then I came over and I worked for Michael Dickinson. Long story short, I worked on his farm for like a year and a half. And looking back now, he was probably the one that sort of got me started into the American style of racing. He gave me my first 5 rides, helped me find an agent, and then, the ball got up and rolling.
That's awesome. So what track did you start at with him?
He gave me my first ride at Laurel. I think my second ride at Monmouth. So I sort of went 5 different racetracks, and I think I ended up having my 5th ride here at Colonial Downs. And
that's exciting.
Yeah, after the 5th ride, he sort of helped me find an agent, and I finished up the meet here at Colonial.
Well, now, so, I mean, besides that, one of your biggest accomplishments is Brittany Russell, your wife, mother of your kids, future kids, is a trainer. And I'm going to read a tweet that I got this morning. So this is a long name. Form blog friends races / handicapping humor, whatever his handle is, said he married the smartest trainer in the Mid-Atlantic, power couple of racing's future. So there you go. What's it like to be married to a trainer that you ride with, that obviously has her own gypsy lifestyle, with what she does on a daily basis?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people ask me that, how do we do it? But it's pretty easy. It works. I feel like we're both on like the same sort of time frame. We're both getting up early in the mornings. We're both finishing late. It just sort of works. We make it work. Obviously, it's a little bit harder with our little daughter, but we find a way, and it works. So we're both happy, and we enjoy what we do.
Yeah, happy, healthy. I mean, you're moving all the time, right? That's part of the problem here in America. So speaking of, let's see, Horse Racing 101, didn't know that you were not American. Well, couple Colonial, we teach you something new every day. And we got Sheldon is so underrated in the jockey world. Well, I mean, I like you. I think that you're rated and you can be rated. I don't really know. So, okay, let's go to race 1. This is a maiden race because I have some maiden questions for you as well. Of course, my dog is barking. Race 1, I'm going with the number 2 Amazon Queen. This is an Arnaud Delacour, and I was talking to you, and when I don't bet him, he wins. When I do bet him, he seems to lose. but I really like this horse. His stats are out of this world this year. 20% right now, 29% at the meet. The horse is stretching out, kind of lackluster on her first start, but I think she's working really well and she's got a shot. Do you have anybody you're looking at in race 1? I don't think you did.
Not anyone that I'm looking at. Obviously, I'd have to pick my horse. I ride the number 4 horse, Sparkle Blue, for Graham Motion, so I couldn't really pick against that one. But like you say, Delacour and Motions, those type of top bonds, they do a great job, bringing their horses along, and they usually are well educated before they make their debut runs. And I'd be very excited to see what race 1 plans out to be. But with your horse having a run under his belt, I'm sure he'll be looking for a bigger effort today.
Yeah. So what does it feel like? What does it feel riding maidens versus riding experienced horses, from like the gate to in the middle of the race to the finish? Like, what does it feel like having a 2-year-old baby underneath you versus having one that's had a bunch of races under its belt?
Yeah, I'd say they're all sort of different. It's always nice when you get a feel of them in the mornings, whether you get to sit on them once or twice, or even if you just get to breeze them. But like most trainers over here, soon as it's time to run, I feel like they've done all their homework, they've done all their gate schooling and their ponies. Obviously, it's always nice to have a run under your belt, but these big trainers, especially in this first race today, I'm sure these horses be ready to go and there'll be no problems.
Yeah, I think that's one of the exciting things about about Colonials. You've got the big trainers coming in. You have some really nicely bred horses coming in, but maidens are coming there to show up, to break their maiden, and it's just a really fun, import meet that horses are coming in from all over and seeing what they can do. So, all right, let's go to race 2. So race 2 is 7 furlongs on the dirt. We are against each other in this race for good reasons. It's a claiming 25,000. I am on Flowers for Shanty. Things I like about this horse: won by 9 lengths last time out. It was nicely paced race, so I think that the horse can close here. This is the trainer's only winner, so that does worry me a little bit. But 5 wide and being able to pull away, an extra furlong being added, I think that she has a shot. So who are you on in this race?
So obviously I rode the number 5 horse, Mickey's Best Bet Yet, for Susan Cooney. She's a trainer that gives me a lot of opportunities, whether it be in Maryland or down here in Colonial. She ended up running 3rd yesterday, a couple of weeks ago, maybe. Going 6 furlongs, I think going 7/8 today. Hopefully we get a good pace set up and we can pick up the pieces late, but I like my horse in that race to make a little run at them at the end.
I like that. So there you go. You hear a jock that likes his horse, and $6,500 is what it would cost in your stable. Again, guys, this is really cool because you're going to see some shorter fields here. So at $6,500, you can get your value pick. I think there's a 15-1 in race, or there's a 30-1 in race 1. That would be a very good value pick since you're only up against 4 or 5 horses. So just something to think about from yesterday's Cup of Colonial. So I'm going to move on. Let's see. You've got one in race 3. Do you want to talk about your pick in race 3?
Yeah, I'm going to just pick it. Obviously, I'm not riding this one, but it's one of Brittany's horses. He's a maiden's name's Heavenly Trip. My agent actually has 2 riders, and Heavy Until he does making the trip up today to ride him. He's rode him in his first 2 races. I just like that today. He draws the rail. He gets to run inside of horses, and I just think with a good break and maybe the outside horses pushing him along, hopefully today's the day where he can break his maiden.
Okay, so I've got to ask this too. So on the rail, if you are in the 1 post, what's the mentality there? Because obviously a lot of horses are coming in. You've got nowhere to go on your left side. Is it always to get the horse out, in front? Is it to kind of pull back, let horses to get in front of you? Or is it just like sort of a shit show and you're just hoping for whatever happens? What's your mentality as a jockey in the 1 hole?
Just making sure you get a good break. Whether you have a speed horse or not, you sort of always want to sort of get a good break, and you're just sort of constantly looking over your shoulder just to either you go or you take back. You don't sort of want to run up into a bad spot there in that turn. But, having been on Heavenly Trip and seeing how he's ran the last 2 times, he usually breaks good. So I just think a good break today and a good position before the first turn, we should be in good standings.
Do you have a favorite post position?
No, not really. No. I mean, I think today is a good post for the type of horse that, you know, they're still green 2-year-olds. They sort of, you know, sometimes the rail could help. He's had outside post before and, you know, sort of hasn't got the job done. So for him having the rail today, maybe that will help him a little bit.
Yeah, I like it. All right, we'll go to, I've got one in race 5. This is a value pick, which happened to be even better for me once the scratches came in. A couple horses scratched in this race, including Musique, who we both talked about and rated, one of Ben Colebrook's. But for value, if you need, which everyone needs in their stable duel, I like Miss Midnight, the number 2 horse at 10-1. Again, kind of a lackluster start last time out, but it did have a start. She got a speed figure of 54, and she's working really well. The other thing I like about here is the winner for maiden second start is hitting at 20%. So for $1,000, if you're looking for some value, I like Miss Midnight in race 5. But if anyone knows me, everyone knows I do like some wine. There's a horse called Chardonnay in this race. I do like Chardonnay a lot, more than the name, Michael Stidham. Really good works here as well. I think this horse with breeding 4-1, it's going to cost you $7,000 in your stable. Paco Lopez is aboard. The name is Chardonnay. I don't know how much more I can say to you. I would bet the horse. I would put her in my stable, and those are my picks in race 5. I would look out for the 10 horse, but I'm rating Chardonnay over the 10 horse. So you have, let's see, what's the next one you've got? Let me go back here. You've got one in race 8, I think is your 3rd horse. Do you want to talk about that one?
Yeah, so looking over the PPs early this morning, I like a horse in race 8 called Cadre. I like that this horse is dropping back to the 6 furlongs today after running 7/8 last time. I just think with the run over this track and dropping back that 1 furlong, I think this horse will be live today. And looking on paper, has a really good chance. But obviously, there's 2 other good ones there. Obviously, the horse that beat him's back in there. Is that Latingent?
Yep.
Number 4 horse.
Is the 4 horse. Yep, 7-2.
Yeah, just got to make sure that horse doesn't get an easy lead. You know, I think he's the lone speed in the race. So hopefully Victor Carrasco can keep his horse close enough. And I think they could reverse the form today.
All right. So Cadre would cost you $8,000 in your stable duel. Again, there's a ton of value you can find here. So you can easily spend the $8,000 on Sheldon's pick, the number 1 Cadre. Well, I don't know. I'm excited. Are you excited for another off the turf day at Colonial? Get a little dirt in your face. How many goggles do you wear when it's a muddy day?
Every race is different, but usually just use 4. Sometimes you'll put a shield over the goggles. It really depends on how wet the dirt course is. But yesterday, to be fair, you know, it's a fast dirt track, so it's not really kicking back too much. But saying that, you don't really want to be too far back. I felt like yesterday it was hard to make up too much ground, especially in the longer races.
That's good to know. Lengths matter in our game. So hopefully all your jockeys keep the horses up so they don't fall too far back. But good luck today in your all stable duels, 3 games in the app. Sheldon, thank you so much for popping on here and having a cup of Colonial with me. We'll be watching today. Safe rides and good luck today and tomorrow.
I appreciate it, Bree. Thanks a lot.
Bye, everybody.